Guys, in this video, we're going to be going over 5 beaten down stocks that I'm looking at right now as we're actually getting into the middle of February. So if you guys find value, of course, hit that like button, subscribe. If you want some free stocks, get up to 15 stocks from Moomoo and up to 12 stocks from Webull. Link down below. It's free money, guys. It also helps out the channel. And now let's dive into it with stock number 1. And mind you guys, first and foremost, these are all for trades. All these 5 stocks that we're going to talk about are for trades, not for long-term investments. These are for trades. All right, now that we got that out of the way, stock number 1 is Adobe, ticker symbol ADBE, which actually got pretty overbought a couple days ago. If you guys were watching the markets, you guys know they got really hot over, the course of January into February, and now in the past couple of days, we've been seeing some choppiness, selling off across the board, and Adobe got all the way to $400, guys, $400, and the low a couple months ago was $273, so this thing ran a ton over the course of the past couple months, and especially in the past couple of days. Look at this, just about, two weeks ago, it's been a couple weeks, 2 weeks ago, it was 350, it just hit 400, so we hit that 400, and look what happened the past couple of days. We sold off all the way to 370, right? We went down about 8-9%, and the RSI got to a point where it was overbought, way overbought. Now it's more on the oversold side. And granted, it could come down even more. Right now, we did, I guess one good thing about the bulls, for the bulls here is they did close above the highs from the end of January right here, 365. You guys can see Adobe closed at 370 last week, so that is good. So we might get the rally here, or if we take out 365 on the downside, 370 as well, of course, we might fill the gap down to 350. And that is where it would be way more beaten down, way more oversold, right by this 180 moving average. And that could be a nice spot to potentially look at, for me at least, as a trade, right? At least, the way I'm looking at it. Of course, I'm not telling you guys what to do. It's not financial advice. I'm just looking at these charts, right? So I'm going to set my alert at 365, actually. Let me do that now. Mark is at or below 365, and we'll see where it goes from that point. Again, if that breaks, 350 could be next, or we might just rally right off this 365 level. Time will tell, guys. Stock number 2 is Netflix. Let me pull this up. Stock number 2 is Netflix, which went down a good amount on Friday, 4%, $15 red day on Netflix, and there's no doubt about it, this is looking a bit toppy, right? We have a triple top, one top there, the second there, then we have the third. You guys see that clear triple top. Now we're dumping down to about 345, and the stock overall is down about, it looks like 35-ish, maybe a little bit less than that, but it's about 32 bucks, 8.56% off the highs here recently, and this is one like Adobe, which is pretty oversold, right? But it also could have some more work on the downside. It's pretty, again, oversold, but it's also a falling knife. We're not seeing any signs of a reversal, guys. So this could have some more work on the downside, probably down to about 335, maybe 340, right by that, 180 moving average, maybe down to 330 even. And that could be a point where people start coming back in on Netflix, buying the dip for, maybe, a little bounce back rally, or overall for the uptrend to continue. So the next stock here, stock number 3, guys, is Visa, ticker symbol V. This one also could have some more work on the downside to do. Are you guys catching a theme here? These might have more downside before they potentially bounce back, so keep that in mind, at least in my opinion, right? Visa at this point on Friday went down 1%. It's actually not down that much from the recent highs. Ignore this pop to 250. That was a little weird day there for the Dow stocks. You guys probably remember that, so ignore that. So we're going to look at the recent high at 234. It's only down $7 from that point. We're talking 3%. So it's not as beaten down as some of these other names, but it is a little more oversold on the RSI than overbought. That's one thing worth mentioning. And again, it could have more work on the downside, and it could get to that point where it goes 218, 220, 222, which you guys can see that general range that I just said, that was resistance all throughout June, all throughout the beginning of January. So we're talking 6-month stretch. This thing failed time and time again at 220. We broke out of it. Now, let's see if we pull back and hold it as support. I think it's very possible here on Visa. And the next one is Applied Materials, which this one's reporting earnings next week. So let me actually clear this set. It looks like this inverse head and shoulders we called out. We called this out a while ago. This played out beautifully. Look at that on AMAT. And if we go back to the 4-hour and clear the drawing set, this is one that's come down a good amount in the past couple of days. You know, it's down about 9% in the past 4, 5, 6 trading days. And we have earnings coming up, I believe, what day is this? On the 16th. So that's what? Thursday. Yeah, Thursday coming up. So this is one that I'm not going to, the thing is, I don't like buying and holding through earnings, especially for trades. I don't do that. So we'll see if we could catch a move before Thursday, but I feel like most likely we're going to have to wait and see what Applied Materials ends up reporting, and we have to see what happens in this window right here between 107 to 110.12. You know, this spot right here is going to be huge. Are bulls going to come in there, or are we going to end up collapsing under that point to then maybe go test 106, 94.5. These are some key levels on the downside. So Applied Materials earnings this week, guys, watching that one very closely. It tends to be pretty volatile around earnings. It looks like last earnings report, although this doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen again, but it looks like last earnings report, we rallied into it pretty aggressively. Then when the earnings actually came out, we sold off a little bit, or not even, we didn't really sell off that much. We just kind of cooled off, consolidated for a good couple weeks, and then it ended up, of course, ripping all the way to 125. So we'll see how it goes, guys, in this little 108 to 115 pocket. We'll see how Applied Materials does. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. And, of course, if you haven't done so already, smash that like button. Let's try and get at least 100 likes on this video. Can we do that? If not, it's all good, but it's a challenge for all you guys watching. 100 likes on the video. And the last stock, last but not least, I appreciate you all for sticking on throughout this video. This one's BIDU. It's a Chinese name, so it does carry some extra risk, of course, as all Chinese stocks do, especially the ADRs, which we're not going to get into in this video. But we can see this one is very beaten down. It went from 165 just literally in the beginning of last week, 4 calendar days prior to me filming this video, not long ago. It went from 165 all the way down to 138. That's a 16% drop. That's a pretty big drop for BIDU. So, yeah, this is one that's reporting on the 22nd. So that's not this upcoming week. The week after that, that's probably what? On Monday, Tuesday of that week, whatever. It doesn't matter. I don't have to give you guys the exact date right now. We'll cover it when it gets closer. But this is one that I would consider getting into before earnings, because earnings are far enough out where we could see that move before earnings, So right around 130 to 135, I'm watching this as it's holding the uptrend, looking pretty solid. Let's see what happens right in this 130 to 35 range, 40 range, this $5, $10 window. This is pretty big for BIDU. So, yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I don't want to keep too much of your time here on this beautiful Saturday night. I'm actually going to go out to dinner in about an hour. So I figured make this quick video, go over some stocks, break down some charts, and, yeah, Adobe, Netflix, Visa, Applied Materials, and BIDU. Those are the 5 stocks. And, of course, we're going to break down more tomorrow, guys. The Super Bowl's tomorrow, so I'm going to probably upload the video a little bit earlier, maybe at noon or something. Let me know in the comments, what do you guys think? I'll make that video because of the Super Bowl, and, of course, pretty much everybody watches it. Even if you don't like football, you're going to watch the Super Bowl. You're probably going to a party, or you're watching at your house, even if you don't even watch it, right? So I'm going to make the video earlier. So, yeah. Be in tune for that. Hit the like button. Feel free to subscribe. Check out my Ray Dalio video from earlier if you guys want to see his 10 top stocks for 2023. That's a tongue twister. Ray Dalio video. And don't forget, Patreon, link down below. All of the free stocks as well from Mumu and from Weeble. Enough talking, guys. I'm rambling. I'll see you guys tomorrow or the next video, whenever that is. I'll see you there. Peace out.